Damn, man, we're going 3 days, and look what happens to Fitz, man. I guess he had a better week. I guess I had a better weekend than he did, from what it looks like, man. 3 days, Fitz. What happened, man? 3 days.
Brother, I'm not used to this life, man. I'm not used to
Oh
this
gosh.
life. I was all high on my team, top of the power rankings. Now what happened? Yeah, what are you looking at? It's not funny.
Oh
We're used to
man.
playing for style points, not wondering if we're gonna win or lose. We're just wondering how stylistically how good we're gonna look in the course of winning. I can't
I mean,
live
you look
like
good
this.
losing. You guys had style losing. You guys lost with style. It was a fun game, right? Fun game, man. Fun game. Come
Fun
on.
games. When it comes to the Rams, all the other games they can be fun. When it comes to the Rams, blowouts are what's fun. Routes.
Hmm.
That's what we want.
Okay.
But in spite of my injuries, really, let's be honest, it's mostly my pride. The show must go on.
It
So,
must go on.
yes, with that being said, welcome, come one, come all, to the Blitz with AZ and Fitz, Week 13 edition. Now, this week, a little bit of a strange week. It was split up between the Thanksgiving and Black Friday games, and now the normal Sunday and Monday suite. And so it might be a little bit lighter on the topics, but we did come up with some interesting ones for you guys. However, I was given to understand, and I don't even know what's going to be said here. I was given to understand, AZ, you had a little something to say.
I got a lot to say, man. I got something to get off. I need to get off my chest. It's the New York Giants. The New York freaking Giants. I don't know if you know that team. They play almost like prime time. It feels like every damn week. And I'm honestly tired of it. They suck. Every time I see them on prime time, I kind of like, all right, that's going to be a blowout game. Prime time Giants. They're going to probably find a way to lose in high fashion. And Fitz, you know who the Giants head coach is right now?
No.
No, because they don't got one. They fired him. That's how bad they are. They're a joke of a franchise. They don't have a head coach. Their quarterback literally gets knocked out every game. It feels like he's getting concussed. He's in the blue tent every other game. Um, Another fun fact: the Giants since 2017, 20, not 18, not 19, not 20, 2017. When I was in my early 20s, you probably were too. The Giants have won 4 games in prime time since 2017. The record is 4-24. Yet the NFL keeps pushing this shit product in our face for all of America to see how crappy the Giants are. I get it, historic franchise. They've won some Super Bowls, but even the last 2 Super Bowls they did win, they were a wild card team that barely snuck into the playoffs. And they just happened to get hot at the right time, and they happened to play the Patriots, who happened to be the perfect matchup because they had a statue quarterback and they had a great defensive line, the Giants. But other than that, I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of the Giants. Get the Giants off my TV. Get them off nationwide TVs. It's ruining the product. No one wants to see the Giants lose by 20 plus points every primetime game. I get it. Cowboys, Eagles, it's a great division. No, it's not. It's not a rivalry if you're always getting your ass kicked. So please, NFL, please. No more Giants primetime games. Thank you.
Well,
That's all my little rant.
they are a New York team, and the NFL likes big market cities. That's about the only answer I could come up with. Now, 2017, you mentioned, that's pretty interesting. What was Eli Manning's last year?
2020, I want to say 2020, I think.
He played
And I
that
mean,
long?
those last couple of years. I mean, he was like,
Yeah, he was
I mean, he wasn't
donezo.
that great in his prime, at least regular season, Eli Manning. But those last couple of years were pretty rough too. So yeah, man, I just had to get that off my chest. I feel better now. Thank you all for listening to my little rant. I try to keep my cool most of the show, but yesterday I was just fed up watching that Monday night game.
No, I don't blame you at all, man, because some of these primetime games, I almost had a hot take about it. Maybe I'll save it for a further week. I just don't understand what is going on.
I don't
Very
know who makes the
questionable.
schedule.
Sometimes you have great games buried at that 405 window, and that window is just so strange, so weird. Especially to bury a good game in it. It almost becomes
Yeah.
irrelevant. And man, then to have a dud of a team in prime time, yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But I guess we're gonna get going with the regular topics here. First on the docket, we had the Bills-Steelers game per your request. I was going to go a different direction with the first game, but you had some things to talk about with Bills-Steelers, I was given to understand. At least you led me to believe.
Yeah, I mean the Steelers, they're not a good team. They haven't been in a couple years. I don't know how they keep getting by with winning records, but they barely meet the minimum for winning records. They allowed the most rushing yards since like 1970 something. The Bills just ran a party on them. I mean, Josh Allen didn't throw a parade on them. They were just running the ball, and he got a rushing touchdown. He has the most rushing touchdowns now by a quarterback, I think, at 76. So he's probably going to hit 100 by the time he retires. But yeah, man, the Steelers, offensively, they were never something to write home about these last couple of years. They always relied on their defense, which now starting to show their cracks. I know they paid a lot of money to a lot of big players out there, and like TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, looking at you. You know, you're getting paid big bucks. You got to play like it, which, I mean,
This is the
yeah,
most expensive defense in the league.
it is. It is. I'm not
And
pocket watching, but yeah, it
it
is.
is. And you have teams, like Denver, like Houston, even Cleveland. Although you wouldn't know it this week, the LA Rams statistically are way underpaid, but performing well above their pay grade. And yeah, the Steelers, man, what is going on? It's not like their defense is horrible. I don't want to throw them under the bus. It's really offensively where their issues are starting to show. Aaron Rodgers, I think he's done.
He has to retire, man. He
Has
looks
to.
terrible. I mean, he looked bad last year with the Jets, and we were like, okay, well, it's the Jets. They're a cursed team,
Yeah,
just like the
cursed.
Giants. So maybe the Steelers, right coaching, he's got DK, Metcalf. He was going to have Pickens. That would have been interesting to see if
Oh
Pickens
yeah,
actually stayed.
man, how
Forgot
foolish!
about that.
How foolish do they look?
Yeah. So I think it's just Rodgers' time, man. He's getting beat up out there. He got hit so hard his nose started bleeding. I said, ooh. Plus he has that bad wrist. I said, ooh, man, he's going to be sore in the morning. He's probably going to need to take an ice bath or whatever they do to not feel too bad the next day. But, man, he looks rough. And then, of course, after the game, he has something to say about his receiver not running the right route because they're not going to film study, which, I mean,
I'm starting
I
to
get he's-
question whether it's Rodgers that didn't do enough studying because he is off target as hell. He's not processing
is.
the game like we're accustomed to. Because in Green Bay, you're almost in like quarterback heaven. You always have the
Right.
same coach, same coordinator. You're always on the same page. You great receivers. You spend so much time together, so many seasons. You get so accustomed to it that it's all becoming second nature. Now we see Rodgers having to go to a different team in a new city and a new system, and he's kind of having to learn things from scratch, and he's not really handling it all that well. Now, yeah, he's old. I don't necessarily think when I see him like, oh, he can't throw anymore. He can even still run a little bit, not as maybe lost a step, of course, from his prime, but man, like he is so off target. I think he was under 50% completion and like barely over 100 yards passing. Like absolutely need better production from your quarterback in the NFL to win games than that. And this game was just downright difficult to watch, and
It was sloppy game, both teams, especially in the first half. It was
yeah,
sloppy.
and the Bills, they give opportunities. We mentioned it before. Yeah, Josh Allen's going to put that cape on, but this team, whether it's Josh Allen or somebody fumbling the ball, one or the other, they'll give you opportunities. And they did. Any upper tier team, I think, would have beaten the Bills today. The Steelers most certainly are not.
I was going to
that.
ask you, so you didn't walk away really impressed with the Bills? Because I didn't walk away too impressed with the Bills. I just saw this. I was like, they just beat a bad team. A mid team beat a bad team is what I saw. 'Cause
Yeah,
the Bills look kind of mid that game.
That's
We gotta
the
be
general
honest.
sense I got. I mean, you look at those rushing yards, and it's like that's pretty impressive.
Impressive. It was.
But the Steelers are in straight up disarray, and you're starting to hear murmurs about Mike Tomlin's job security. He's been there forever. He seemingly, I don't know if has he still never had a losing record?
He still hasn't had a losing record. I mean,
It's unbelievable.
you can only go 9-8 for so long.
I know. That's
before,
exactly
like-
what you're in. You're in 8-8 purgatory. 8-8,
Yeah,
9-8 purgatory.
Right in the
every
middle of the
year.
draft. Right in the middle of the
Yeah.
draft because they drafted last year 20th. They had the 20th pick last or this past draft. So that's not going to get you a high good talent to turn the franchise around.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, man, Steelers ain't looking good. I don't think I'll be shocked if they win the division.
And they just
Shocked.
look so behind the curve. There's no real I don't know zest. There's no spice to their offense. Like even to their defense, there can be somewhat predictable. They just kind of run what they run, and you have to beat us because we're so accustomed to running it. We're so used to it. We're pretty good at it, and that's just
right.
it. They line up and they are in what they're in, and you have to beat us execution wise. And it just looks so dated. And man, it could cost Mike Tomlin his job because this is a lot of money they invested into this team, and they really were expecting to be contenders this year. And they had the path wide open for them. The Ravens weren't really playing well. They weren't in the mix. Lamar was hurt. Joe Burrow went down. Cleveland, we know Cleveland. The Browns be the Browns. So it was wide open. They really had a chance to make a statement, to take this division, plant their flag, and they just did not do it. They can't. They're just too inept, too incompetent. They look a mess.
They played in the worst. I want to say probably one of the worst divisions right now this year.
Yeah.
Based on the records wise, it's so easy to pull away. The fact that the Ravens, who were 1-5 at one point, were able to catch up, and now the Bengals look like they might catch up, and the Steelers just keep getting worse and worse as the year goes on. That's what I feel like. They're just getting worse and worse every week I watch them. I mean, Rodgers, man.
What do they say? Thanksgiving time is really when Bill
sucks.
Parcells used to say Thanksgiving is when the season really starts. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And
That's
for the
when
Steelers,
teams start to show who they are.
yes, we're seeing what they are. I think is exactly what this game represents. And of course, Aaron Rodgers. Talking about, on that play, I actually signaled to an in route, but he still ran an out route. And, it's like, bro, you're the quarterback. Like, I personally, if I was a quarterback, I would have never said something like that. Aaron Rodgers has this tendency to point the finger. He
has a tendency to do that. Whether
it's subtle, direct, whatever the case, usually subtle because he's very passive-aggressive, kind of a little bit catty, a little bit petty. He has a tendency to point fingers. He never wants to take the blame. He always wants to have somebody else to burden it. And you're the quarterback. It's your job to burden the blame. Like, it's your burden to carry. I'm sorry. When you get up in front of the media, you basically have to say, yeah, it was all my fault. Like, I got to learn to communicate with these guys better. I got to make sure they get the checks. We got to be in team meetings, really be locked in to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And ultimately, it's on me. I'm the trigger man. I got to be the one to know if we're on the same page. That's the kind of thing I would hope that he would say. But no, he's like, no, man, I swear. I checked to an in route. He ran it out. That ain't my fault. People are going to say, oh, but look, he took some of the blame himself. He's also said, I need to play better too. Of course, that's so easy to say.
That's PR talk.
Yeah. You said what you really meant. Now you're getting your PR translation now. You know what I mean? Your media training starting to come out, realizing you effed up. Because this is starting to this whole thing with Aaron Rodgers has been going on for a while. And he even made comments about how his teammates don't watch film. Like they're missing film meetings or something, not watching film correctly or whatever. I forget the exact words, but this is, to me, is starting to really color his legacy.
Yeah, I mean, as a quarterback, you are the leader of the team. You do get all the praise when you're winning. They give you all the credit. So when you lose, you gotta also take the blame because you're gonna get all the blame. And what he does best is he deflects it. Well, we're on the same page. Receivers aren't watching film. Whatever the case might be, he's known to do that. And I mean, Rodgers, you could, if you want to shun the receiver, do that in private. Yeah. Now you're gonna cause a rift in the locker room. You're an older guy who's been in the league 20 years, and if you pull a receiver to the side, be like, hey man, that route you're supposed to run it in.
They'll listen. They respect you.
They'll listen. They respect you. You've proven yourself. You're a four-time MVP in the league. So just don't throw your teammates under the bus in public because that's just gonna create bad chemistry between you and the receivers and the team overall. Because they'll be like, well, we can't really trust this guy because he's gonna when the blame comes to him, he's gonna just deflect it to us, and now we're gonna look bad. And yeah, man, he's been known to do that. And it's just one thing I don't like about Rodgers is his off the field persona pretty much. He just comes off kind of like a douchebag,
Yeah, he's kind
arrogant.
of a prick. He has this I'm the
Yeah.
smartest guy in the room energy all the time.
Yeah.
He
It's
always
never his
thinks
fault.
he's the smartest one in the room, and no matter what he does, how bad it looks, yeah, it's not all on him. Somebody
Yeah.
else made a mistake along the way that caused him to make an error. That's always the sense I get. And to me, like, I know it's unfair because when it comes to like Hall of Fame or how you value players, when you say what are the top 5 quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers was often put up there. At least now with Mahomes rising, he'd probably be around number 5, maybe. You could argue about him or Elway or
Yeah.
Marino, but yeah, he was right there at number 5. And I didn't put this in my hot takes. Maybe I'll just roll it right here into this segment. If Matthew Stafford wins the Super Bowl this year, he's number 5. I'm done with Rodgers. I think he's becoming overrated. He's a diva, blame deflecting. He's only won 1 Super Bowl. He never shows up in the big games as many times as he's been in NFC Championship games. Like, he really does not show up. His 1 Super Bowl win, the route there through the playoffs was not all that difficult. I don't know.
That's kind of tough. I mean, as much as it hurts me to say, I do got Brady as the number 1.
Yep,
I'm gonna be biased. Put Manning number 2.
I agree.
You could put Montana number 3 because he did go 4-0 in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
4 and 5. I mean,
Mahomes is 4.
I would say, yeah, I would put Mahomes at 4 because what he's done in a short amount of time is
Yep.
extraordinary. And number 5 could be John Elway, down Marino, however you want to toss it. Or if you want to put Rodgers in there, because Rodgers does have the MVP hardware to back him up. But again, my big issue with Rodgers is he's only been to 1 Super Bowl, just 1. You're saying you couldn't get any other time get your team to the big dance? Like, you've been in the NFC Championship so many times, and you could not win that one last game to get to the big dance. I mean, yeah, he's just big games. He wasn't there. I mean, he had a home field advantage against the Bucks.
So yeah, home
right?
field advantage. He said that's what we need. We need
That's
to
what
get
we
one of
need.
these in our place, in the tundra of Lambeau Field, that historic place where it's so hard to win playoff games because it's just, if you're not used to that environment, it just sucks to play there. It's like going to New England, or Cleveland, or Cincinnati in the snow, and the Kansas City, one of those places. I mean, it is horrible for visiting teams, especially if it's like a warm weather team. It's almost impossible.
West Coast team. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Like the 49ers,
Yeah,
who
9.
came and still beat them
Yeah.
at Lambeau. So, yeah, it's just hard. I mean, Rodgers is maybe top 5, but man, he's definitely not top 3 or even in the GOAT conversation
No,
like
not
he was
top
in
3.
his prime.
Never,
No.
never top 3. I mean, you can't crack top 3 with Tom, Manning, and Joe. Now Mahomes is past Rodgers. There was a time Rodgers would have probably been 4th in many people's book after all these MVPs. But now I'm saying it. If Stafford wins a second Super Bowl, especially if he wins MVP on the year, I'm just saying Stafford's better. Because he gets ranked number 5. To me, I would still even like him better than Elway and Marino. But that's just me.
Okay. A little biased Rams, but all right.
A little
we'll
bit of
roll with
Rams
it.
bias, but I would have
A little bit,
ranked
a little
Rodgers
bit.
above Elway and Marino. So if Stafford wins an MVP in a Super Bowl this year, yeah, I just due to the way Rodgers is, the fact that to me this damages his legacy. I don't like him at all. And I would put Stafford
needs
with
to
2
retire
Super
after this
Bowls
year.
above him.
Yeah, I mean, unless they go on some crazy run, which I'll be very shocked if they actually do go on a crazy run. I doubt it. But if they happen to do so and they win the big game and Rodgers gets his second chip, then yeah, it'll be easy to consider him top 5.
Yeah, he would then be
But-
anointed top 5 no
Top
matter
5,
what.
yes.
But
But that's not, yes, that's probably the Colts have a better chance to win the damn Super Bowl than the Steelers, man. But,
absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
but
even though the
Yeah,
Steelers beat
Rodgers-
him, who cares? Yeah.
we don't talk about that. But yes. Rodgers, he needs to be done after this year. I don't. It's just like he's tarnishing his legacy by playing really bad ball. And I mean, Brady and Manning, their last year wasn't nothing to write home about. I mean, Brady had a pretty
Manning
rough
won the
year.
Super Bowl his last year. I know statistically, but like
Statistic-
people
yeah,
will
stats-wise.
remember always, whether his stats sucked or not, people most remember Manning riding off into the sunset.
To the
That's what
sunset.
it,
Yep.
And Brady, he went 8-9. You
It was a
know,
rough year. He had his divorce.
yeah.
That
I
was
remember.
you
You
could
remember the
tell.
roast with what's his face? He's like,
Kevin Hart.
yeah, Kevin Hart. He's
Yeah,
like, you went through a divorce to go 8-9. That's some real
yeah,
shit right there.
yeah. That
That
was
was
tough. He
funny.
lost his wife to just lose to the Cowboys. Out of all teams in NFL, the Cowboys who could barely win a playoff game, won against Brady and retired him.
Mm,
But yeah,
yeah, I actually like to think the Rams retired him.
that semi-retired him a little bit.
Yeah, because he
But
didn't even go to the playoffs the next year. Oh wait, did he go 8-9? Yeah, he did actually get.
yeah,
Oh, never mind, never mind.
because the division was so bad,
Oh yeah,
they
yeah, I remember.
win
Yeah,
and it got blown out by the
the Cowboys
Cowboys.
was a playoff game. Okay, yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we can move on. Just Aaron Rodgers, he rubs me the wrong way. Just don't like the guy. Condescending, smug, smartest guy in the room at all times. Yeah. But next up on the schedule, we got Colts Texans.
Yeah, we sure do. Colts Texans, man. This was a must-win game for us, I felt like, and it's kind of hard to do that when our quarterback he needs those crutches that you have back there because he's got a cracked fibula, whatever. And the fact that he was still playing, I mean, props to him, gutting it out. But yeah, man, it was not a good game for us. I know the Texans defense is like ranked number one, I think, in total
They're
defense.
good. They are
They're good
good.
defensively, and I told you, remember when they missed that point after? I was like,
Yeah.
that point after is going to bite us in the ass. And what did it do? It literally, right at the end, 4-point game, we had to score a touchdown because there was no way we are going to take a field goal and win the game that way. So that point after that we missed bit us
God,
right in
that
the
is
ass.
just so deflating when your team misses an extra point. I hate it. God,
I hate it.
it just like
It kills the
eats
vibe,
you up
kills the
inside. Yeah,
momentum.
I know.
'Cause
It's
you
like
just scored.
you just scored, but you didn't score all the way.
Yeah.
You really needed 7, not 2 field goals.
It's a little tease, like, oh, we scored. All we gotta do is kick this point after kicker, and we'll get our 7 points. And he missed it, and as
Yeah.
soon as he missed it, I was like, this game is real close. I wouldn't be surprised if we need a field goal at the end to win the game, but because of that point after, it's going to be a 4-point game instead of a 3-point game. Which, lo and behold, that's what happened, and it
Yeah.
bit us in the ass.
It really did. To me, this game, I know it's so easy to boil games down this way, and maybe it's so overly reductive and not really acknowledging everything else that happened in this game. But man, to me, this game, honestly, you could say this about the Rams game too. It really comes down to about 3 plays, and the PAT miss was one of them. And then the 2 fourth downs.
Yeah,
The fumble they did on the tush push, and then they tried the tush push again and didn't get it. And that really right there was ball game. The Colts were in perfect position to win if they just didn't do those things.
I know.
Living and dying on 4th down, like it's just, oh man, it's just so risky. I know analytics and all that, but man, occasionally, sometimes the points were at a premium. You know what I mean? This was a defensive struggle. The Texans aren't going to put up 40. What are we doing? Just kick a field goal. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're playing the bottom feeding defense. We're playing the number one defense in the league. Like, we got to get points where we can get
I
them.
know.
Like, if the field goal is there, take the field goal. Like, what are you doing, coach? Like, come on. Like, man, like.
So greedy, man. Everyone's
And then
so greedy.
And then my MVP front runner, JT, man, I thought he was gonna break loose at the end there because he ran off tackle and he went down the sideline. I was like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
This is the play. And they stop him. He got the first down, but I was like, dude, that could have swung momentum if he would have broke loose, took it to the house like he always does.
Yeah, he
The
did
JT
not have
moment.
it. Yeah, he did not have a JT. He didn't have a big run. I think his longest run might have been 12 yards. I mean,
Which might have been that run.
Yeah.
Which might have been that run in the
Yeah,
fourth.
it might have been that run you're talking about. Yeah, that was his longest run in the game. That's crazy because usually he's a home run threat, and that's really how the Colts have been so successful because he is just such a weapon. No teams really have one of those. They're one of the very few. Eagles had it last year with Saquon. They don't really seem to have it much anymore. Derrick Henry has always kind of been in that conversation. He doesn't quite have, that burner speed that JT could just. JT is so good this year, and he didn't have the moment. He didn't have a bad game by any stretch. 80
No,
yards,
he didn't have
something
a
like
bad
that.
game. Yeah, he didn't have a terrible game, but when we needed him the most to make that big play, like he normally does for us, which feels like all the time, he couldn't do it, and we lost the game. And that's what scares me a little bit about the Colts this year is if JT's not going crazy, we can't really count Daniel Jones either to go crazy and take us to the win, in which he's kind of been proving that he can't do it. We're what we lost three of the last four games, and we're literally. I think the Jaguars finally took the lead in the division. I have to double
I think
check,
so. Yeah, I
but I
think they
think
may
that
have
we have the same record, but they have
tiebreakers.
the
Yeah.
tiebreaker. Yeah, so feeling a little scared about my Colts. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little scared, a little spooked out. But hopefully we play the
I
Jaguars
would be
next. I
too.
believe
I mean, like look how
next.
many losses, man. I mean,
You know,
I'm not trying to.
you know
I'm
we
not
ha
trying to
no,
be mean
no. You
about
know
it,
what
but this is serious shit.
you know what
Like
I've noticed? We have not won a game since we started this podcast. So maybe maybe
the,
it's a show, man. Bad luck.
the
I don't know
Blitz
the
curse.
Blitz curse. I hate that it's happening to my team, man. But shit, we haven't won one. I haven't been able to come on here high and mighty about
I
my team since we started
know
this
you
show.
hate to see
Um,
it.
So yeah, hopefully we bounce back. We need this. This was a must win. This is a desperately must win. This next game against the Jaguars. It's a division, and we can't really afford because the division is so close. Texans are one game below now because of us.
It's getting
It's
tight, man.
it's
Initially I looked at you guys. I was like, oh, the Colts are just gonna run away with
run
this.
away, literally run away, and we tripped and fell. We pulled a Daniel Jones. We tripped and fell,
Hmm.
and they're Texans and Jaguars catching right up.
Yeah, they're right there, man. Yeah,
So
Jaguars. I gotta give Jaguars a little credit. We may get to that. I gotta give them a little. They're hanging in there, man.
they are,
They are just hanging around. And
but they're not
Houston,
impressive. I mean. At least I'm not impressed with the Jaguars that much. There's just up and down, but I guess we've been down lately that it gave them momentum to come and take the division. But I, I have a little hope that we might be able to pull it together and win this next game against them. I have a little bit of hope, little bit, just not too much. Don't
yeah,
want to get myself down anymore. I'm tired of hurting.
yeah. Man, this is such a big game for you guys because you have
It
them right
is.
next week. Oh my God,
Yeah,
like that could be
the division, pretty much.
the
It
division.
reminds
It
me.
could be more than that too.
I just hope it don't. Do you remember a couple of years ago where we had to beat the Jaguars and we
Mm-hmm.
had Carson Wentz at quarterback
Yep.
and the Jaguars were a clown show
Mm-hmm. And
and
they
we just
beat you
needed to win
guys.
that one. Yeah, they beat us. We just needed to win that one game. We'll make the playoffs and we lost. And
Didn't he throw like an interception or have a fumble in it, like near the?
Carson Wentz did. Carson Wentz things. He threw an interception right at
Yeah.
his own end zone, and it
Tried
was
to
like an
do
easy
too
pick
much.
six.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I recall the game now. Such a oh man, such a heartbreaker.
I hope that don't happen this Sunday, man. I
Oh
can't
my
have that no more.
god. Oh my god. Like, imagine it, man.
I
Yeah.
don't. No, I don't want to.
um. Yeah. The thing is, like, yeah, the Colts. I don't want to say they're in panic mode, but
I'm
man,
panicked. I'm panicked. I'm in panic mode. What about us fans? We're in panic mode. So they should
yeah.
be in
As a
panic mode too,
fan,
because yeah, they should be in panic mode for sure. I would say if they're not panicking, they don't care enough to win. So let them lose.
yeah,
But
and this really does contribute to that, like you said, that conversation about if JT and there's a good run stopping team like Houston or whoever it is, good at stopping the run, will Daniel Jones be able to lift your team? I know he's injured and all that, but like they saw fit to start him.
yeah,
So like, there's going to be that lingering question now because of this skid. Can Daniel Jones do what he needs to do, or are the lights too bright for him in these big moments?
yeah.
Because he
Man,
didn't statistically have a great game.
no,
He was under what was around 50% maybe completion.
around there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know he did the best he could on that one, on basically a one leg. But if he keeps playing like this mediocre, I guess they might have to put in AR. Which,
Oh my. Oh no.
oh
Oh.
yeah, I don't want to
Oof.
see that
I
happen.
forgot he was
I
even still on your roster. I thought he was out of the NFL, to be honest.
No, he's still there. He's a towel boy for Jones right now. But man, if he goes in there,
Carries his jock.
I'm gonna be honest. If he goes in there, if AR goes in there, season's over. There's no way we're gonna win. I mean, he shows flashes here and there, but we gotta have JT basically carry the whole team that in that point. Like
Yeah,
I know he's
what a
kind of doing
tough
it now,
assignment for a running back, man.
but yeah, he's gonna have to really ball out and go crazy.
Yeah,
But
Saquon did it last year for Philly. They leaned on him hard, and without him,
they
I'm not
did.
sure they would have had much of an offense. So JT may be able to get it together. It's possible.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
hopefully.
yeah. All right. I'm not really even excited very much to get to our next topic. Maybe we could skip this topic.
What is it?
Uh,
Curious minds would like to inquire.
let me check my schedule.
Dang, schedule's off camera. Let me see. Oh, oh man.
I gotta
You
say,
would think
boys.
you would think you were 3-8, not 8-3,
I
whatever you
can't
are.
handle. I can't. I told you I can't handle this life. I can't be like other people. I've tasted royalty, and it's a lifestyle I've grown accustomed to. We don't lose against the Panthers, man.
It happens, man. I mean, to be fair, I mean, if you want to feel better, we haven't won a game since we started the show, like I said. So I don't even know what it feels like to have a cigar in my hand
Well,
because I don't have no reason to celebrate.
look, you came into the season with modest expectations. Let's be real. You had Daniel Jones.
I
What
had
did
no
you?
expectations. Let's be all the way real. I had no expectations that we were going to be
All right,
contending
I'm
at
glad you're
where we're at
keeping it
now.
a buck. I had some expectations. I'll be honest. I thought the Rams had a shot, and now I thought we were riding high. We were looking great, and now we lose to the Panthers. 3 turnovers. Stafford finally did it. He finally threw a pick, and it came in bunches. 3 turnovers, 2 picks. One of them a pick six. And I hate to oversimplify games, man, but you really could boil this game down to those 3 plays. Or the
Those
other 2 on
turnovers.
defense where we let touchdowns go on 4th and 2. 2 touchdowns both on 4th and 2. To me, it almost feels unfair. Like Carolina played Russian. Like I saw somebody make the comment they played Russian roulette and won. Twice.
You could say that, but I mean, Stafford lost you all that game. Let's be honest. Those turnovers, he pick six, can't win like that. Another pick, a fumble. He really kind of made it hard for you guys to win that game. He tried his best to give the Panthers that game. Where he actually did give the Panthers that game, but I mean, on a positive side, if you could see one, I know you probably can't right now, but I'll try to be the voice of reasoning for you. You guys were almost winning that game. For all the turnovers you guys did have,
I
you
know,
guys did
that's the
almost
thing.
win that
I
game.
don't even know that I would even truly blame it on Stafford. Our offense is so good outside those 3 plays. Gosh, if you actually watched the game, and I don't know how closely you watched it, our offense looks amazing.
Yeah,
Like, it
Puka
looks
did a crazy
easy.
catch.
It
Yeah.
just looks easy out there. Like, we're just having fun. This is practice for us. But then Stafford,
Adams,
of course, had those 3
those are
turnovers.
picks.
The Carolina Panthers were ball hawkish 3 times. On that fumble on the last, we were about to kick a field goal to tie the game. As poorly
Yep.
as Stafford played with the turnovers, we were in prime opportunity, and it's almost like the rain. It slipped out of his hands. We barely even made contact with him, and he fumbled it. Like, it might have fumbled it before the contact. It was wet. It was rainy. And that's another thing, too. We've had way too many noon games on the East Coast. We're a West Coast team. We're on a different time zone. They keep scheduling us at noon on the East Coast. And we're playing in the rain and the shit elements. Our defense was so out of whack. That's really the ugly part of this game is our defense. Allowing all them rush yards, letting their running backs fall forward for 4 yards of play. That's really what lost us this game. Not being able to get off the field on 3rd and 4th down. They didn't have their typical defensive game. Stafford did enough on offense for me personally to win this game. The last fumble was pretty darn ugly. I will say that. You got to hold on to the damn ball. Like, this is the final play.
Yeah.
This is the drive to go over overtime. You need to win this. And it was very strange, very un-Stafford like to drop a ball. It rarely happens, but
And a pick six. Yeah, very un-Stafford like, but you got to give credit to the Panthers, man. They're a gritty, scrappy team. I mean, they've been really turning it around these last couple of weeks, coming together a little bit. Bryce Young, I've never seen the man happy and smile, but hey, your team had him touchdown. Touchdown. I never seen him smile like that before until the Rams game. I don't know. Maybe it's the aura of the Rams that was rubbing off on
Yeah.
Bryce Young, because I'm
We
gonna
have
be
a
honest.
target on our backs. We have a target on our backs. Everyone's talking about us, and now everyone
Super
looks
Bowl
at us.
favorites.
Yes, they're like, "Oh, we could beat the Rams. We could beat anybody." And now we
Yeah.
gave Carolina that aura, that feeling. They came off a horrible game, and I thought, like, man, this is who the Panthers are. Look at what they did against San Francisco. We got this. This ain't shit. But at home, they're a different team apparently, which it pretty much holds true. At home, they beat the Cowboys, they beat the Packers.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
And now they have us. And that's a
Now they have
signature
you
win.
guys. Might be their Super Bowl moment right there, but I mean, yeah.
No. If we play them again, I like our chances. Because at the end of the day, here's this. Okay? In order to win this game, they had to almost play perfect football. They didn't really get flagged much. They didn't have turnovers. They rushed the ball for over 150 yards. They converted on both their fourth downs for touchdowns. They got 3 turnovers, won the turnover battle by 3, and still almost damn near went to overtime. If that's what the formula is for beating the Rams, that's a hard ask. And I do kind of like that. That's my good takeaway. If that's what it takes to beat us, good luck, league.
Yeah, good luck beating the Rams, who's not even in first place. Do you know who's in first place in the conference now?
The Bears.
The Bears, that's right. The team you were cheerleading your pom-poms for all last week, talking about the Bears, the Bears, the Bears. Just because they beat the Eagles, look at now. Look at what happened now, man.
The Bears, yeah.
Taste of your own medicine for cheering so hard for the Bears. They're in first place in the conference, which is wild to say because I didn't believe in the Bears like that. But way to go, Rams. Round of applause. You got the Bears in first place in the conference. If you happen to see them in the playoffs, you're going to their home field. And where do they play? They still play in Soldier Field? I don't even know where they play at. Soldier Field still? Old ass stadium.
Yeah.
Old ass stadium.
Yeah.
Don't even got
it's been renovated.
Running hot water.
It's pretty old.
I would hope so. But yeah, the Bears first place. So
I can't see
congrats
shit
to
in
them.
that thing. Hopefully you could hear me. I don't even know.
Yeah, we could hear you. We could hear the pain through that bag. Don't worry, man. We picked it up. But yeah, shout out to Bears, man. First place in the conference, NFC.
I'm not thinking that last. I like the Bears, but I don't like them that much. The 1 seed, come on now.
Yeah,
it just don't even feel right. You say it out loud, it don't even seem right.
I had to do a double check. I had to check the resource, make sure it was not a parody account. When I saw like the Bears #1, I was like, Adam Schefter, blue check mark. Oh, this is real. I was like, okay, well, I'm glad Fitz's cheerleading really worked, and now they're #1 in the conference. Way to go.
Maybe I cheered a little. Oh man, you should have seen those DMs. They were downright comical. I did have a topic here next up about who's coming out. Oh, did you have anything really to add about Rams Panthers? I know I kind of went on a rant.
No, I was just saying the turnovers really cost you the game. I mean, overall, even though you guys turned the ball over a lot, you guys still almost won the game.
Yeah. Give
credit to the Panthers. They've been playing well.
Yeah, they deserve this win. They did. They played perfect in the situations they had to and ran the ball well.
Yeah.
Our defense, I think, was still asleep off our plane ride.
Yeah, Thanksgiving hangover. It happens. It happens. You'll be all right, man.
1 o'clock in the rain was just a shitty situation, yeah. So for our next topic, we did have just the question, who's coming out of the AFC? This is just such a hard ticky-tack conference. Like, it's all up in the air. No one knows anything about anything. And if they tell you they do, you call them a liar. They don't. I'm actually just going to go ahead and bring up the tiers so we can look at these teams, and then we can discuss where I have them later. Excuse me. Actually, do I even have... Oh, you know what? I need to pull that up. But what do you think about the AFC right now? Who do you have making it out?
This is like the first time, because think about it. We had the Brady era, Manning era for almost 20 years, right? So we kind of figured, all right, it's either going to be Brady or Manning coming out the AFC. And then Mahomes and Brady, well, pretty much Mahomes now, this last pretty much decade, has been coming out the AFC. And the only competition they really had was the Bills or Bengals. And this year, with the Chiefs' struggles, I have no idea who's coming out the AFC. I'm not a big fan of any of the teams in the top. I'm not a big fan of the Patriots. I'm not a big fan of the Broncos. Um, who else? Who's other division leaders? We have obviously us and the Tech or I guess the Jaguars now. Not really sold in the Jaguars. I forgot about the Chargers. I think they're still in playoff contention.
They are.
And yeah, I'm not sold on them either, to be honest. They're just Justin Herbert is going to be either really well or really bad. Let's see. So we got AFC South, the Jaguars, not sold.
Can you
AFC,
see the list I put up?
Yeah, I see the
Okay.
tier list. AFC East, we got the Pats first, Bills right there second. Not really sold on either team.
Are you sold on any
AFC
team? Look at this list.
No.
Are you sold on anybody?
No, man, that's the thing. Like, I still kind of believe in the Chiefs just because they have that Mahomes. If the Bengals can get in the playoffs, I actually like the Bengals. If the Bengals can get in the playoffs or the Ravens, more the
I don't
Bengals.
know about the
Just-
Ravens. We'll have to
Yeah, I
see
would
more
say
from the
more
Bengals. They
the
played
Bengals.
one game against the Ravens with Joe Burrow back. We need to see a
that
little
was
bit
good
more.
enough for me.
Okay.
That was good enough for me. I was like, Bengals, Joe Burrow, it's a problem. It's a
Yeah.
problem. Chiefs, if they can get in the playoffs, I don't know, man. If the Chiefs are the Chiefs, I didn't think last year or the last couple years they're going to make the Super Bowl. Yeah, they made it. They won one. They lost one, but they've made it, damn it. So the Chiefs, I have to see them really, like, I have to see that post, Chiefs out of playoff contention. Once I see that post, then I'll be like, all right, well, I don't know who's going to win, but I don't know, man. If the Chiefs make it, I wouldn't be surprised if they make it back to the Super Bowl just because they have that experience. They have the coaching. They have the player in Mahomes
They have the
that knows how
pedigree.
to win. Yeah, he's a big game hunter. So I don't know, man. I'll be surprised if the young teams like the Broncos or Pats make it to the Super Bowl. I don't know. It's tough to call. How do you feel?
This is about to be some superstitious bullshit. You ready for me to take you on a ride?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it was before the season started. Have you ever heard of the guy Oz the Mentalist? Sometimes teams will invite him into their facility to put on a show. He's basically like a pseudo mind reader magician kind of guy. Have you ever heard of him? Okay.
No.
Well,
No.
he did this big trick. I should share the video with you so you know what I'm talking about. He did this big trick and basically predicted the Super Bowl. And I'm starting to believe it. It sounds almost so real to me. It's just getting weird. And this was before, I think, the season when the prediction sounded crazy. It sounded crazy when I heard it. I was like, this is stupid. This isn't going to happen. And now it's feeling real. He predicted the Super Bowl to be Rams win like 26 or 23-17 over the Broncos. And that sounds like a real score I would expect if the Rams played the Broncos. Does it not sound?
That sounds pretty accurate. I mean,
And
yeah.
imagine saying the Broncos to the Super Bowl before the season.
Yeah,
That would be
say
a hot take.
that would be a very hot take. But I mean, if he said that now, yeah, you could see that because they are. I think they're tied with number one with the Pats for the best record in the AFC. But yeah, that is kind of crazy. I mean, how often is he actually right in these predictions?
I don't know. I don't even know if he's ever made any predictions about the Super Bowl before. And he always like gets help from the audience. He's like, "Hey Devontae, what team did you think about or have written down?" He's like, "Broncos." And then he turns his sheet around and he's like, "Rams 23, Broncos 17," because Matthew Stafford chose two players to throw the ball to. One was Devontae, number 17, and another was like Kobe Durant, number 23. And then he was like, "Look at that. You chose 23 and 17." And he turned his sheet around. He had Rams Broncos written down the whole time. Some of his tricks, they're probably all bullshit, just like a magician. But, man, I don't know. That prediction sounded crazy. I'm starting to feel that. At least I hope so. That's my
For your
hopium.
sake,
Yeah.
for the Rams.
Yeah,
right,
that's my
right,
hopium.
right.
But, like, I know Denver was overtime against Washington.
Yeah.
It's so weird, man. It's just so weird. Washington very nearly, I don't want to say won
that
the
game.
game because there was time left. There was like 3 minutes left. Even if they would have gotten that 2-pointer, so Washington would have had to play defense. But yeah, if that ball wasn't batted, yeah, Washington probably goes up by a point in that. And it's
Yeah.
not super inspiring against a team like Washington, playing their backup quarterback. Looked like trash against virtually everyone else. Supposedly, the Broncos have the best defense in the world. And Washington was able to hang with them. It's like, what the fuck? Marcus Mariota? Really? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But they did win.
it was a weird
They did
game.
win, you know.
They
So it's
did
like,
win, but how many times have we seen this season though from the Broncos where they barely edge out a win or they
I
make a
know.
crazy fourth quarter? Eventually, like I said, that's gonna bite you in the ass. Like you can't keep winning these close games, and then because we saw the Chiefs do that all last year, they won all the close games, and then they finally get to the Super Bowl and it's a blowout. Like if that
yeah, they
happens again
finally
this
play
year,
a really good team. Yeah, and they just able to take care of business. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah,
And the Patriots too. It's like, man, you have a couple of decent wins on there, but like your schedule has not been such
hard.
that. Yeah. Now Drake May's lighting it up, no question about that. And with Stafford's 2 picks in the Panthers game, it kind of reignites that conversation. The gap is
MVP.
shrinking. Yeah, the gap is smaller now than it was last week. Although Drake May has 21 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, Matthew Stafford has 32 and 4. To me, that doesn't even feel that close because touchdowns weigh so heavily into the MVP conversation. But we'll see how it depends on if the Rams get the 1 seed or not. I think heavily. That's what it might come down to, as well as the Patriots too, to see who gets MVP. But yeah, the Patriots haven't exactly played like all these world-beating teams, man. They're not like Philly where they have this pretty good resume, honestly.
right.
And then Buffalo, I have a hot take about Buffalo. I'll save them. Jacksonville, I actually, yeah.
You like Jaguars?
I have to give them their due credit, sort of like the Patriots and the Broncos. They've been just winning games lately, man.
They've been winning games, but
And now they lead their division.
for now, relax. It's only one game, but it's just like with Jaguars, it's Trevor Lawrence for me. Like he's also really inconsistent. Like he was supposed to be. He came in the league with this high expectations, with the number one prospects, and like I think Andrew Luck, and he's just been honestly kind of mid
He has,
for the most part of his career. He's been kind of mid, and there's moments like when the Chiefs game, like wow, okay, that's why he was number one pick in the draft, and then there's other moments like, dude, like. Are you sure you're studying? You watching film? Are you doing everything it takes to improve as a player, or are you just winging it off your talent? Like, what are you doing out there?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not so. I'll be shocked if the Jaguars make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But
I would be shocked
Yeah.
too. I'm not gonna lie. But they're trending up at the right time. I don't want to say they peaked. They're peaking, but they're heading
peaking. They're peaking.
They're heading in that right direction. Upward trend on an incline at the perfect time of season after Thanksgiving, and they're stringing together some wins. And for that, I had to give them I have to give them some consideration. But man, when it comes to the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Bengals, obviously the Steelers, there's just so much inconsistency there. It's hard to even know. Man, the Chiefs really need to get that flag thing under control. That makes me sick.
Oh, the penalties?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the Chiefs need to win out.
Yeah, pretty much.
They
That's
need
pretty
to
much
win
what
out.
it is. Yeah.
And Bengals, I mean, they're playing a really shitty division. So lucky for them, they could string a couple wins together and probably stick it to the playoffs in that division. The Ravens, same thing. I mean, Lamar just needs to get a little bit more consistent. He's been a little bit off this year since coming back from that injury. If he can get it together, they could be a problem too. And I would honestly, if either the Bengals or Ravens or somehow the Chiefs miraculously get into the playoffs, I would actually prefer them over the young bucks of the Pats and Broncos. Honestly, that's just me. Just because I trust their quarterbacks in the bigger, because it is at the end of the day, quarterbacks are the most important player on the team, and I like their quarterbacks of the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Ravens over the Broncos and the Pats quarterbacks. That's just me. That's how I see
even if
it.
the Chiefs have to go on the road, because they're not going to get to play in vaunted Arrowhead where they just.
They did that before. They went to Baltimore, beat the Ravens, the Buffalo, beat the Bills. Remember that? Or you must have forgot.
I don't know. Denver and New England is. Whew.
I mean, New England is New England, but Brady's not back there, so I don't think people will go into that expecting to lose like they used to when they played the Patriots and they had Brady and Belichick back there at the helm. So I don't think they have that aura they used to have when those two were in the team. Um, I mean, Mile High Stadium, Denver, that could be a little bit tougher to play because from what I see in the games, it's
Yeah.
always so loud. It's so loud there,
It's not
and
even
then you're
just that, it's the altitude too.
yeah,
You're
I was
not
saying the
accustomed to that
elevation.
like
It's
light
harder to
air.
breathe up
Yeah.
there.
The Denver
Yeah.
guys, yeah, they're more accustomed and combine that if it's in the cold and the
It's
snow, you
cold. I
can
mean, the
barely
cold should be
breathe.
fine
It's
for the Chiefs.
miserable.
Well, the Chiefs and Bengals and Ravens, they're all outdoor teams, so they should be fine in the cold. It's more the altitude and just the way the fans show up for Broncos when it's playoff time. So
Yeah.
that could make it a little bit tougher. I think that would be tougher than the Patriots. That's just me though. I could be
Yeah.
wrong.
I don't know, man. They have some things to clean up with Kansas City. I know you look at them and you think, "Oh, they're so scary," but if they're so scary, why can't they actually play like it
They got
sometimes?
they got their foot off the gas. They got lackadaisical. Whatever the case might be,
Hangover?
man.
You think it's just Super Bowl hangover?
Super Bowls hangover. You got me sounding like a Chiefs fan. That video you put too made me
I
look
know.
like a Chiefs
I
fan.
know. It was
It's all
some good
good.
editing. That's some mad.
The allegations are never gonna be beaten by me now. I need to get like a whole new identity and but yeah, I don't know. I think if they can get to the playoffs, it's just playoff football is so different. It's so different than the regular season. That's why the Chiefs are the Chiefs and the Patriots were the Patriots. Because once the playoffs came around, they stepped their game up, and it seems like the other teams never did. And they just elevated themselves, and that's why they always were in the Super Bowl. I feel like is because they just know how to play playoff football better than anyone else. They know how to prep better. They got the quarterback that knows how to play in the big games. The coaching makes the adjustments for playoffs that basically gets them the wins and call a great game plan. And I don't know, man. It's hard until someone beats the Chiefs, which is the only team I've seen is the Bengals since Brady left the AFC and retired. Was the Bengals that beat the Chiefs? I think I could be wrong, but I think it's only been the Bengals, right?
That has beaten the
Because
Chiefs in the
they've been
playoffs.
this, yeah, since Brady left,
I think
the
so.
Brady
Yeah.
and yeah,
In that
other than
AFC
that, they're always in.
championship because they went to the Super Bowl that year. Other than that, it's been Chiefs, Chiefs, Chiefs.
Yeah, exactly. So until someone knocks them out, and if it's not Joe Burrow, no one else has proven that they could take out Mahomes in the playoffs. You got to kind of show me, man. You got to show me you got to beat the man to be the man. So someone's got to do it. Maybe these young teams could do it. Who knows? It's kind of hard to tell right now until they play each other. If the Chiefs get in, I like the Chiefs odds to win big and go to the Super Bowl again. But damn, I'm gonna shut up because I sound like a real hardcore Chiefs Mahomes
I told
rider
you,
right now.
I told you, man. That clip is it's
Man,
aging well.
I,
That clip is aging well right now, man.
uh,
I understand everything you say about the Chiefs, the pedigree and all that, but like, man, just like, what have you done for me lately? Not a whole lot. Like, you guys look out of sorts when you play. A lot of times. I mean, Patrick Mahomes could have a good game, but the whole team just looks slow and just not really knowing
sloppy,
what the
yeah.
sloppy, dropping passes, flag, flag, flag. God, it's just miserable sometimes. It's so frustrating, honestly, to watch them because they potentially could have a high ceiling like they do every year, but man, they're just for whatever reason they're just not able to put it together. They don't play a good 4-quarter game. They never do. They are
No.
not able to put it together and sustain a decent and play complementary football with their defense and their offense. Mahomes, the receivers, all kind of coming
they're-
online or late in the fourth quarter when they need to. They just never do.
I think they're 1-6, 1-6, either 1-6 or 1-5. But they're I want to say 1-6 now that they lost this past weekend to the Cowboys in one-score games this year. So that's kind of the biggest difference from last year to this year. Like I said before, is last year they were winning the one-score games. This year they're losing them. So
Yeah.
that's really binding them. They can't close the deal. Like they get so close. You think they're gonna do something, finally figure it out. That Mahomes magic, and they're not. They're not closing the games. They're not
No.
winning those games that they usually used to win all the time. I don't know what it is.
I think it says more about them too than the people playing them
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they just don't look right.
yeah. Something's way off. They just. I don't know. I don't know what it is. They're gonna have to draft. I don't know. Maybe obviously, I think Kelsey needs to kind of retire at this point. Defensively, they're not as solid as they were in the last couple of years because defensively they were a pretty solid team. They weren't like world beaters, but they were doing
Yeah,
pretty good.
they had a good complementary defense. You know, when you have Mahomes there, it becomes easier to play defense, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, just trying to make a prediction of who's coming out of the AFC is so difficult right now. Really, right now, it just feels to me like I guess the Broncos. That's just like where I'm at. I know you had Chiefs and all that mystique or whatever, all that pedigree, but I don't know. What have you done for me lately, league? And the Chiefs just haven't done much. I just don't even think they're gonna make the playoffs. I don't know.
It'll be really hard for them to make the playoffs, but they got Mahomes back there, man. If he wants to really cement himself as one of the top five greatest quarterbacks for sure. I mean, he's already kind of done that, but he wants to show that he's him. He's got to win out and get this team to the playoffs. That'll probably be his biggest accomplishment besides the Super Bowls. Maybe his biggest accomplishment
Running the table here.
Run to the table here, get him in the playoffs. If they can make a deep playoff run, and even make the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Man,
it'd be
stories
really
they'll
impressive
tell.
if they could run the table and make it to the Super Bowl. Oh yeah,
The stories
yeah.
that they'll tell.
yeah.
Damn, I sound like a Chiefs fan,
You
man.
do.
Let's change
You
the topic,
love
man.
that team,
Damn,
man.
man.
You are part of Chase Kingdom. You are a Swiftie. You do walk like that. All right, so we didn't really we just talking about the AFC. We really didn't address the tier list as a whole. Now, as for the tier list, is there? Oh, let me explain the categories. For the first one, we got AZ down bad. And that's quite simple because look at the top three teams in that category. That's the NFC West. But who's missing? Arizona. AZ, they're down bad right now. They're looking at all their rivals like, man, I just wish that could be us. I wish we could be up there with them, but they ain't. And I also named it that because, let's be honest, the Colts, at one point in time when we started the podcast, they were up there. I believed in the Colts.
They
I had
were.
the number one team in the AFC. I was like,
You
oh,
did.
this team might be Super Bowl bound. And, man, they feel so far from there now. So AZ's also down bad right now. So it cuts both ways. Making me nervous. These are the teams that, if the Rams have to see them, I still have a little bit of anxiety. Well, not just the Rams. If the teams in the tier above them have to see them, they could give you a little bit of anxiety coming in that matchup. But they also make me nervous that they could just collapse at any moment. I just not sure. And same with the tier below them, a very similar kind of idea. Suspect in terms of sometimes they could just look suspect out there, like Panthers against the 49ers. You guys look suspect out there, but they could also conversely make your team look suspect sometimes. And that's exactly what the Panthers then did to the Rams. And Houston, let's be honest, kind of did that as well. And then tier below that, it's based on that meme. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, when the house is on fire and you're in denial. These teams, all their fan bases no doubt have hopium right now. They're huffing on hopium, but I'm just not feeling great right now about any of these teams. Sorry, AZ, your Colts are in that tier.
That's exactly how I feel. Everything's
yeah.
fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. We're 8-4. It's fine. And then the next tier is, it could be worse. Like, you're at least not in the last tier, and then the last tier is worse. So, yeah, this is worse. Any issues? Any problems? Do you like this order? I know you probably have some issue with it.
I got some issues, man. Yeah, man. The Jaguars, tier above. They need to go down. They need to switch spots with the Texans. Not because the Texans just beat us, not being biased in any way, but they did just beat us. But before they beat us, they also beat the Bills. And their defense looks really legit. So I would switch them out just because of the defense. And, I mean, it's just hard to judge Trevor Lawrence. I would probably trust CJ Stroud a little bit more than Trevor Lawrence. I know that sounds a little crazy to say, but, I mean, they're both kind of...
Yeah.
But I'm just giving the edge to the Texans just because they're solely on their defense, pretty much. Just that defense is really, really good. They held Josh Allen down and made him look average. They beat us with a handicapped Daniel Jones, albeit, but they still beat us. So their defense is legit. They're ranked #1 in the league for a reason. So I'll switch them with the Jaguars.
They just
Making me
don't
nervous.
score points. They just, man, they don't score
I mean,
points.
you,
Jacksonville can
they don't
occasionally
give
score some
they
points.
but they also don't give up points. So I mean, it's kind of like
Yeah.
the 2000 Ravens, like like don't let them score more than 10 points and we'll win the game.
You know
That's
what I
pretty
really
much.
honestly put him down there is because CJ came back, and I'm just not
And
sure
the,
yet. I need to see him again. I
yeah,
like,
he needs to do a little bit more. Yeah,
yeah.
I know, but I mean Trevor Lawrence,
But I
he's
put the
also
Jaguars
just
up there because I have to show them some love, man. They just took over the division. They control their
for
own destiny.
yeah, it's not like they're a 2-3 they're a 1 game ahead. Let's pump the
Yeah.
brakes a little bit. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. The Texans are starting to come together now, but um.
I feel your argument about the Texans. Texans very hard to place for me. Are a hard one to figure out, man. Much like the AFC themselves, they are a hard one to place.
I might be right in the hot hand, and you know, what have you done for me lately, like you said? But I'm gonna put the Bengals and making me nervous. The way they played that Thursday night against the Ravens, I don't know, man.
God, they're
I was,
4-8, man.
but they didn't have Joe Burrow though. So now that he's back, man, I was just like, I was in awe watching him play. I know he looked a little rusty, but then he started coming together, and then that connection with
Oh,
Jamar Chase, it was just a sight of beauty,
I
beautiful
don't
football. It
know.
was chef's kiss. But
The Ravens
I
have
would
been out
say,
of sorts
okay,
against many opponents lately.
okay, then. All right, we'll put them as suspect. How about that? Because they did have a close game with the Patriots. They almost did beat the Patriots the week prior. So I mean, they've lost some close games with Joe Flacco, and now that they got their guy back, I expect them to play a lot better and more inspired and with more hope. Now that the division's kind of closing and opening up for them.
It is
Uh,
technically opening, but man, that is still going to be a tough road. I feel like man, 4-8 is hard to even imagine. They could, but one game again, sort of like Houston. You got your
I'm the
quarterback for
prisoner.
one game
Let me
again.
let me be the prisoner of the moment.
Okay.
And if they get their ass beat the next game, I'll be like, you know what, your tier list was
I don't
right.
even know who they play next game, to be honest.
I would have to
I would
check
have to
too,
look.
but.
Yeah.
I know they play the Ravens again, I think, in 2 weeks. So not this week coming up, but the week after. After
Man, who makes
that,
these schedules? It's so weird.
I hate when they do that. Like,
Yeah,
you,
we have
like,
two Arizona games like that. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not a fan of the 1 week break and then you play the same
Play the
exact team. 'Cause that's just
exact
kind of
same
boring.
team. Yeah, man.
But team, it could be worse. I know you heard my rant just start to show with the Giants, so I would put them at the worst category because the Giants are the Giants, man. They're in turmoil like every year, and
Yeah, but the one
yeah,
thing you're failing to consider is they have Jameis on their team.
he didn't even play. They had Jackson
I
Dart out
know,
there
but like even at
getting
backup, he's so
Jack,
exciting that
Jackson Dart gets concussed every game. He's on his highway train to CTE. If he keeps playing like that, he needs to learn how to slide
yeah,
I mean,
we'll
he
see.
did try to go out of
Any
bounds.
game we could see Jameis.
Any
So
game,
they
sadly.
they're hanging on. They're hanging on by a fingernail, but they're hanging on.
Dolphins, they've been winning some games. I mean, they had a close game against the Saints, who, I mean, they're the Saints. Jets, yeah. Other than that, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Okay, can I just be honest about this tier list? Quite frankly,
Yeah.
I don't feel confident about the ranking of any team on it except the bottom row.
That's the only team that have been consistent. I mean, not being consistently good, but consistently ass the whole year. So
Those teams I'm
I,
confident in telling you, yeah, they bad.
they ass.
And
Yeah,
even then I look at it and I'm like, oh shit, the Rams have the Falcons on their schedule. Who even knows, like I know it sounds ridiculous, but man, like it's so hard to be confident about any damn thing. But the last row I feel pretty good about.
yeah, it's the last row is like the most solid for sure row.
Yeah, that's
All the other rows is like they
who
could be
knows.
interchangeable.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could be
And
changed
the
by next
second
week.
to last I feel okay too. Like they are some pretty not
Yeah,
so great teams. But then you had Washington very nearly beating Denver. So second to last tier almost beating the top tier. Crazy.
yeah, but I mean, yeah, I have some hot takes about that game and
Okay, yeah. Well,
those two teams.
we'll save it.
The last thing I'll mention about the tier list, Cowboys. I moved them up significantly. I'm surprised you didn't make mention of that. I think they deserve it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's because they've been playing so well, man. Since those trades with Quentin Williams and whoever else they got, their defense looked a lot better. Dak's playing really well. Pickens is balling out. CD's starting to come along and learn how to catch the ball again. So yeah, I can't hate on the Cowboys one. I mean, the Bears, they are the number one in the conference, so I can't say anything about that either.
I will say too, all of those suspect teams were just so hard for me to rank. I just didn't even really know where to put them. Felt very uncomfortable ranking any of those teams. Panthers, between the Rams and the 49ers games, who are they even? You know, the good at home, just horrible on the road. Is that the case? I don't know. Houston, you made an argument why they should be higher. I don't know. They just got Stroud back. The Chargers, again, very hot and cold, just hard to figure out. Don't know. Lions, same kind of deal. Dan Campbell, we're not really sure yet. What are they going to do moving forward? And that performance that they had against the Eagles was not very inspiring to me. And I will say, of course, I did keep the Rams number one coming off a loss, although you'll notice I did eliminate that top tier. So they did.
Yeah, you did.
Although they are still number one, they're not in that top tier alone anymore. Even though I think they could maybe get back there. The problem is with the Rams, they really, really can't. Like that loss to the Panthers basically eliminated their margin for error. They could very easily be the 7th seed in the playoffs. The way the NFC is structured, and look at the two teams next to them. The way this is structured right now, they easily could slip from the 1 seed last week down to the 7th seed by the time the playoffs start. And they may be, battling for their playoff lives if they drop 2 games. If they drop 2 more games and go 12-5, they may be like, oh man, this is getting tight here. Are we going to make the playoffs? Like the Cowboys are heating up. That's serious.
That's not good. Yeah,
that is tough.
They're only 1 game ahead now of the Seahawks and the 49ers. I mean, the Seahawks, they did beat the Vikings, but the Vikings are a terrible team. So I wasn't blown away. I mean, Sam Darnold
who
didn't
cares about that? Yeah.
Yeah, Sam Darnold didn't throw a party on the Vikings, which I thought he was, because that's a team that pretty much kicked them to the curve. But the 49ers have been looking really good. They're coming together along. They're starting to get healthy at the right time.
To me, those are the 3 best teams.
49ers, Seahawks, and Rams?
Yeah. When I think about the teams that could easily beat the Rams, it's those 2.
I don't know. 49ers, yes. Seahawks, Sam Darnold, man.
I don't know. We have a matchup against the Seahawks in Seattle, and that could determine so much that could be the 1 seed game. But our saving grace for the Rams, the one saving grace for the Rams is that Seattle and San Fran still have yet to also play each other again. That happens the last week of the season. And that too could be a battle for the 1 seed, depending on what happens with the Rams. Because if the Rams drop a game against Seattle and lose against Detroit, which those are our 2 games remaining that look kind of tough. If that happens, we're suddenly looking at the 7th seed, wondering if we're gonna get in the playoffs.
That would be crazy if you guys missed the playoffs.
I know.
Oh,
but
man,
it's possible.
That will be.
Yeah, it's possible.
I mean, it's possible for us too as the Colts, man. It's the divisions are so close. It's like you have to win out, or you have to hope the other team loses out. Because if not, it's gonna be like every week you're gonna be stressed out. Like, okay, we gotta win this game. If we don't, we might lose our spot in the playoffs.
And you know what? You know what hurts even more? I was looking at San Fran and Seattle's remaining schedule, and they look winnable. They look like they could both win out. Other than the matchup that Seattle has against the Rams, of course, that'll really determine a lot. And then the San Fran and Seattle matchup. If Seattle won against the Rams and the 49ers, there's no way, the Rams are going to be the 1 seed. And the 49ers, they could even take over the Rams positioning in the seeding. Yeah, and then Rams would be fighting for their playoff lives if they lost against Detroit. And let's be honest, Arizona could theoretically upset them, or Atlanta. You just don't know. It's such a shaky league. The one thing interesting about Seattle and San Fran, man, I feel so bad for the Colts, dude. The Colts have to play them both. I really need you guys. I really need you guys to beat these teams. Is what I'm saying.
Well, we'll try our best, man. I mean, Seahawks looks. I mean, Seahawks. I could say I could see us winning that one. 49ers though, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be a tall task for us to do. I know Kyle Shanahan is a hell of a coach. Brock Purdy's, finding his rhythm back the more he plays. They got McCaffrey playing well. That 49ers game is going to be really tough, but if we win that game, that says a lot about our team. I feel like that'll help us get more confident because the 49ers are one of the top teams, even though they've been, kind of flying under the radar lately this whole year, but with the Rams doing well and the Seahawks coming out strong this year, but the 49ers they've been in the Super Bowl a couple times this past decade, and
I consider them amongst that NFC sort of royalty conversation.
Yes, they're well coached, so it'll be a tough game, but I think if we can win, it'll really help our team out as well in confidence and just showing that we could be one of the top dogs.
Yeah, man.
And if we see them in the Super Bowl, I like our chances.
That would be huge.
Play them in the Super Bowl.
But it's insane to think that it is totally possible a 12-win team in the NFC could miss the playoffs. That is very much possible. It could be the Cowboys. It could be Detroit. It could be the Rams. It could be Seattle or San Fran. Any one of them. They could be a 12-win team and miss the playoffs, and it would almost feel fraudulent. Like, how is it? How can this even happen?
That would suck, honestly.
Yeah, it's really just not even fair to their fan bases.
Yeah, I would honestly prefer the Seahawks miss the playoffs if I'm being honest, just because I feel like
I'd prefer Detroit.
Yeah,
or that or the Cowboys, Detroit or Dallas.
No, I want to see Dallas in the playoffs. Okay. I want to see Pickens ball out in the playoffs.
I figured you would.
I don't know. I just feel like Sam Darnold. I mean, Dak. You could say the same about Dak in the playoffs, but I don't know. Sam Darnold, man, primetime playoff game. I feel like he's gonna lay a stinker, and it's gonna be a terrible game to watch. So, kind of iffy on it, but. Ideally, you probably want all three to make. I know you wouldn't want all three to make the playoffs, but for the fans of the game that don't have a horse in the race, ideally you'd want the best teams to make the playoffs, like the 49ers, like the Seahawks. I mean, the Cowboys and Lions would be interesting. I would prefer the Cowboys over the Lions just because they're just must-see TV. I don't know why the drama the Cowboys bring is always entertaining for me, but yeah, it's really close.
If I'm being honest in my heart of hearts, speaking as a biased Rams fan, I would prefer the Niners sit out. But acknowledging that I just don't think that's going to happen, I think more realistically it should be the Lions. If they go 12-5 and have to be the one to sit out, that's the one I could sleep easiest with because they've had their chances. They've had their chances Lions. And they have not been that great this year. Been a little bit up and down. Especially defensively, people scoring on them. Jared Goff getting pressured, falling apart. Yeah, I would rather see them sit out than I think as a football fan, not a biased Rams fan, than Dallas, San Fran, or Seattle. Yeah, and of course, LA. Duh.
The Lions, since Campbell made the change and took over offensive play calling, they looked good that first game, but after that, it's been kind of it's a little slow decline downhill, and they should probably start panicking now because they already lost twice to the Packers, and the Bears and Packers are ahead of them in the division, so they might not even make the playoffs. I think they have the highest chance to not make the playoffs besides the Cowboys, but the Cowboys could still come out second in the division and go on the crazy run, and the Lions just because they lost, they could be third in the division and probably miss out the playoffs, but we'll see. It's going to be close. It's going to be close for the bottom.
God. Could you imagine, if the Rams missed it? It just would feel so fraudulent, man. We're bringing on crazy. Next year. I mean, they're so good. They look so good, but it is possible for them to drop a game, you know what I mean? And just, have turnovers, bad bounces. Any team can have that. And it is totally possible with their remaining schedule that could happen. And it would just feel so lame.
Why are you putting that energy out in the air though?
I don't know. I was
You should
riding.
do-
I was riding so high last week, and maybe I jinxed him. Maybe I need to be a little bit more of a, you know,
A realistic fan.
yeah, realistic guy. Maybe I need to critique him a little bit and say, hey, get your shit together, guys. You lost your margin of error. I mean, the Bears are the damn one seed. That's another saving grace too. I will say, the Bears have to play the Niners. Do we know if they're gonna stay the 1 seed? Probably not. That would be my guess. All right. I think we covered tiers well enough, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tempting after Pittsburgh is not to move them lower.
I know.
It could be worse. Like, man, that was just miserable, man. Anyway, whoops. Let's get out of this. Come on, man.
What we got next? The hot takes.
Let's see. Yes, we have our hot take segment. And would you like to kick us off with your first hot take of week 13?
Yeah. I got some kind of hot, kind of spicy. My first hot take is drum roll. Mike Tomlin needs to go.
Ooh, yeah.
He needs to go, man.
It's time.
Yeah, it's time, dude. Like you can only be 9-8, 8-8 for so long and not go anywhere. You guys haven't found a quarterback since Big Ben retired, and you had so many years to prep for that transition, and you guys really dropped the ball. You guys got Kenny Pickett, and he's not even on the team anymore. And the offense just looked terrible. No matter who's at quarterback now that we can see, even with Rodgers, he can't even help
And
him
Mason
out
Rudolph
offensively.
came in for a couple of snaps, threw an interception, and went back in. It's like,
Yeah.
you guys are trash,
Yeah,
man.
Literally, as soon as Mason Rudolph came, I think it was like his second attempt. He overthrew the ball and it right into the. I was like, dude, that looked like
you
it
guys
looked like
are
he was literally passing it
Garvino,
to
man.
the defense. Yeah. So, oh man, it's time for Mike Tomlin to go. My friend's a Steelers. One of my good friends, he's a Steelers fan. He's been calling for his job forever.
Yeah.
And
There's a
the
lot of
media,
Steelers
I don't know
fans.
why. The media, it's just like the media protects him like
Yeah,
so
they love
much,
him.
and I don't. They love him. Like he's a great coach, legendary coach. I'm like,
He
dude,
is a good
he doesn't
players
wanna-
coach, and he's so good in
He's a-
front of the media and to the media, and he says so many funny and interesting things. He seems such a likable guy. I would love to play for Mike Tomlin. You know, I'd rather play for Sean, but besides that, maybe Andy Reid and Mike Tomlin would be the most fun coaches to play for. But part of the
you
reason
can't
he's
defend 10 years, no playoff wins since 2016. You can't defend that, man.
since
you
Ben
can't.
Roethlisberger, probably, right?
Yeah, 6 Big Ben AB days. So you can't
Yeah.
defend that. You can't.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, for my personal taste, this is kind of a cold take because I'm on board with you. However, to the broader world, this is not a bad hot take to have. Honestly, like it's just
To the media world who
Yeah,
loves them some Mike Tomlin.
yeah.
'cause
To those,
he
there's
never
so
had
many,
a losing record.
Yeah, there's still reasons why people like him, like I said, but yeah, as far as his skills as a football coach, to me, this is a cold take. I kind of agree. It's time for some change in Pittsburgh.
Time to move on.
Yeah. And they keep their coaches around forever. There's been like, I don't know, 3 coaches in the, since the steel
history of
curtain.
the team.
Yeah. Like, Jesus Christ. And Chuck Noll, then it was Bill Cowher, then it's pretty much Mike Tomlin. It's like the coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of agree. It's just they are
time.
looking so behind.
It's first for everything, man, and it's time for the first Steelers coach to get the boot.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it might be. All right, so my first hot. I almost threw this one as a joke. I could have went any other direction with
let's
this one.
hear it.
Jameis Winston will be a starting quarterback somewhere next year.
That's a very biased hot take because I don't know why you love Jameis Winston. I mean, he's a funny character off the field. He's a funny guy. Looks like a cool person to be around with. But on the field, man, he's just like, you got to see him with one eye open because he was like, oh, he might throw a pick or he might throw a crazy ball for a touchdown. But
I know. At least he throws the
it's
ball,
gonna be
though.
He does throw the ball. He's a fuck it quarterback. He's like, fuck it. Someone's going to catch it. It might be our team or the other team, but he's
I
going to
like
give
that.
you someone a chance.
I like that enough.
I don't like that.
More than other teams' quarterback. I like that more than certain other teams' quarterbacks. If he went to the Jets, if he went to the Vikings, if he went
We
to
could
the
play for
Raiders,
Jets right now. We could play for the Raiders. We could play for the Jets.
If he went to
and
the
Raiders
Saints,
right now.
I know he was already there. It's kind of weird. If he went to the Saints, if he went to the Dolphins, Dolphins might move up on from Tua. If he went to the Cardinals, I think he should have a job, man. You look around the league, and there's some teams that's like, man, Jameis would be better than what you've got.
I would like him. I mean, because those are some really bad teams with like. If he could choose from the teams you just named, I would probably say the Dolphins would probably be because they got Waddle there. Tyreek, hopefully, if he stays and comes back healthy and doesn't lose a step.
Oh man, that's gonna be such a poor Tyreek, man. It fucking sucks.
But that would be the best situation. Would be the Dolphins because the Raiders. The problem with the Raiders, besides them not having anything, they don't have no number one weapon besides Brock Bowers.
Honestly, if I was Bowers, I'd be like trying to get out of Las Vegas.
Yeah, he needs to because he's such a stud. I love watching him play. He had a crazy one-handed catch. I don't know if you saw that this Sunday, but he had a beautiful touchdown. That's a pretty hot take because he's had his chances, man. Like he's had his time in
but
the
with
sun.
garbage teams, man, like except
the Saints were not. Well, except Tampa and the Saints when he came in for Drew Brees, they were in there. He came in during the playoffs because Drew Brees' arm was pretty much shot, but. He came in and look what happened. He had his chances, but it's just, hey man, he just
needs the right coach in the right situation. I don't think he's been coached particularly well.
Yeah,
and he's more mature. How many times have we seen after you've been in the league, you come to appreciate it, and you just started too early. You're too young, too immature. I think it might be time for the Jameis experience. Somewhere in the NFL.
And he was starting with the Browns. Like, was it last year or the year before that? I mean, the
trash.
Trash. Well, hopefully you get to see your guys think it over one more time, and then you'll realize that no matter where he's at, it's
fun.
Not going to work out for him.
And
that's okay. It's okay.
No matter where he's at, it's still fun. All right. Yeah. You got any more?
Someone's on my team.
Got another one?
Oh, I got a couple.
Oh, okay.
This one might kind of piss you off a little bit, so don't get mad. Or you could get mad, but don't get too mad.
Okay.
Rams could lose the division. The Rams could lose the division. Yes. I mean, you kind of already put the energy out there, but the Rams could lose the division. I can see that totally happening.
I don't even think that there's no way this is a hot take. Honestly, this is just a cold take.
Oh,
because look at the teams up there at the top. I mean, the Seattle and San Fran. You know how I have them ranked, and look how tight it is. We have the same record as Seattle. The Niners are one game behind.
You guys have the same record as the Seahawks?
Yeah. We just have the tiebreaker because we beat them once.
I thought the Seahawks had one more loss than y'all.
No,
Damn.
they don't. We have the same record as the Seahawks and only one game behind the Niners. Of course the Rams could lose this division. Look how tight it is.
Well, in my head, I'm like, oh, he's going to hate this one because
Yeah. But, I mean, look at what happened with Carolina. I mean, I know I said, like, it's tough to beat us, blah, 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 but, like, man, a couple balls, 3 plays don't bounce your way, and it turns in from potential blowout to now the Carolina's winning the game.
Damn, so I should have had this one, like, last week when you were high and mighty on the Rams.
You should have.
Inevitable.
Because then we had a cushion. And I just didn't see this Panthers loss coming, honestly. I thought we were going to coast into Detroit, and then we'd have a cushion with Detroit, and we'd play Detroit well because Matthew Stafford wants to kill Detroit. Come on now. And then we'd go to Seattle, and it'd be like, all right, Seattle, it don't matter if you beat us. It don't matter. We could trade with you and still win. That's what I thought was going to happen. But now we have no cushion, and like I said, the Rams could legitimately miss the playoffs.
Dang, I thought I was cooking with that one. I was like, damn, this one's going to press his little buttons a little bit, tick him off a little bit.
I got to be real, though. Numbers-wise, the numbers don't lie.
Oh, now you want to be real. All right. About time.
Like, we really needed to not drop a stupid game. That's what and I didn't think we would.
That's what y'all did. That's exactly what you guys did.
Yeah, we did. I don't think we took them lightly or didn't show up, per se. But
they just played the perfect game.
Yeah, they played a perfect game, and we did not. Yeah, and we were still tight. It was like real close, but yeah, we played a shit game, and they played perfectly. So, all right, all right. We'll see how you feel about this one. If the Jags beat the Colts will miss the playoffs.
That's a cold take because actually that was my one of my hot takes too. That the Colts
Oh
could miss the
shit.
play. Oh, look at us being all negative Nancy's this episode on our
Shit. I
teams,
mean,
man.
our team's lost. It's like a therapy session in this bitch. This sucks. This sucks. One of us has to
Yeah,
be hyped up.
yeah, that could potentially happen, man. Like we're in the same boat you guys are. We can't. We got no more cushion for the
No
pushing.
cushion.
Whatsoever. So we got to win out. We got to hope the Jaguars lose. Obviously, they lose against us, and then probably another game or two to kind of give us some breathing room. Then we got to hope the Texans lose and not keep winning, because then they're going to be right up our butt paws. And we just can't let that happen. We can't let them catch up. Well, they already did, Jaguars did, but we can't let the Texans overlap us, because once they do, that'll put us in third place, and that'll most likely get us out the playoffs. And
Yeah.
whoo,
I
that'll
know,
that'll be a tough
man.
pill,
And
pill
then
to swallow.
imagine the Chiefs go on a run or something like you're talking about. Man, you
Mahomes
keep talking
magic.
about the Mahomes magic. You just don't even want that to become a factor, man. You'd rather see the Colts
Yeah.
in than the Chiefs, I hope.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I hope
yeah.
so.
I yeah, all right. It depends.
Oh my God! See, yeah, true to the
No, if we're
shoe.
gonna
I don't
like I
even buy.
said,
I don't even know if I
no.
believe it
If
anymore.
if we're gonna make the playoffs, we better show up, because I'm not going to playoffs just to get my ass beat 35 nothing and then be like, well, what happened to the Colts all season? They looked like they were contenders, and then as soon as the playoffs happened, they got shown up and showed out in front of millions of people. And no, I don't want
But
to
at
hear that
least you could
narrative.
say, "Hey, at league we made it in instead of the Chiefs. You're welcome, league."
Well, and then I would assume if the Chiefs would have made it, it'd be like, oh, Chiefs went down to the wire against the so and so team, and it was a close game. Mahomes' magic worked itself, but it was a little short.
Man, see, I don't know if the rest of the world be on your type of time where you're like, "Oh, we need the Chiefs in, or else it's just going to be a shitty year, like a
I
mulligan
mean,
year."
I
I think the rest of the
like
world is like, "Thank God,
no,
like
no.
get him
Remember,
out of here."
it all connects to the shoe, right? Because we got Mahomes
Yeah, the
dethroning
goat,
Brady. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's all
yeah,
tied together, man. It's all very,
the circle of goading, like the
yeah. It's all
goadingness,
very well constructed. Yeah, it's all part of my master plan, honestly.
goat cycle.
All
Yeah.
right, ready for mine?
Yes. Yes.
I didn't like the Commanders going for the win in the overtime. I thought
Ye-
they should have took the field goal. I get it. You got nothing to play for at this point, but come on, man. Like a ties. I know you said it yourself. You hate ties, but I rather, as a coach, for my resume, for my job security, I'd rather have a tie than an L on my record, because then that's gonna put me in the hot seat if I was a coach. Like, well, you lost three in a row. You could have broken a losing streak or whatever the case might be. Not a fan of going for two. It kind of just feels like, well, fuck it. We don't got nothing else to play for, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I'd rather them just go for the tie and say, well, we took the best team, one of the best teams in the league, to the wire, and we didn't lose against them. But you can't say that now. You all you can say is we lost to the best team in the NFL, or one of the best teams in the NFL. I was not a fan of the going for
Yeah,
the
I
win.
was thinking a lot about that too. This situation was so weird because obviously they're not contenders. And like even if they got the 2-point conversion, there was like 3 minutes and some change on the clock. Like Denver had time, so if their defense stopped them, they would have gotten the win. And if they kicked a
I
field
thought
goal and their
if
defense stopped them, it would have been a tie.
I thought it was like if they would have got the 2 points, that would have been game over, because the Broncos already had the ball.
Oh, you know what? You might be right. You might be right. I was
Yeah,
thinking because if you both of them score a touchdown, yeah, okay, they went for the win.
They went for the
You're
win.
right. You have the rules right. I'm thinking of them wrong because Denver wouldn't have had time to respond. It's not a full quarter.
Yeah,
that
they would have
way.
lost the game. That's why as soon as the 2 points was over, the Broncos won the game, because they already had both possessions. Each team had the possession. The
I would
Broncos
say
started
this is a
off.
hot take. Given Washington Commanders' position, I think going for the win then in that situation it was fine.
Oh no, I was not a fan. I was
If
like,
you
come
were a
on, man.
contender and you're relying on like mathematical formulas,
Wins and losses.
yeah, to get your seeding right, then maybe a tie could have been advisable. But in Washington's situation, I think you go for the win.
I don't know. I was in a fan. I just felt like you kind of like giving up, because it's like you don't care if you lose. Like you kind of showing me that you don't really care if you lose or not, because you're going for the higher risk and then the safer choice. But that was just me. That was my take.
I don't know. God,
That's
ties.
how I took
I
it.
think the logic of Dan Quinn was just like I said. Ties suck.
Fuck it.
Ties
He said
fucking suck.
he said, "Fuck it, we don't got nothing else to play for."
Well,
That's how I took it. That's how I took it.
Or you could take it as we're playing to win. We want to win the game. We're not playing to tie the game. That's probably as a coach how he thought. More realistically, in my opinion.
Who did that? I think the Chargers did that a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
with the
we've seen
Raiders.
this before. Yeah, I've seen this before.
Chargers. Yeah, that was crazy. I think it kept both of them, the Chargers and the Raiders, from going to the playoffs. No one wanted to win that one, but yeah, that was my hot take.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, though. It is very interesting. I think it depends on the circumstances you're in, too. But I understand one to play for the win. You don't play for a tie. It's just...
Maybe because I just personally hate to lose. I'd rather tie than lose personally. But
man, one play to win it all. Yeah, it's a tough decision in the moment to make, and it's so easy to second guess if you don't get it. You know.
Yeah. What you got?
All right, so I got the Bills will hit a ceiling in the divisional round and will not make the AFC Championship game.
It's kind of a hot take, only for the fact that Mahomes. Damn. There's a lot of Chiefs talk this episode. I'm sorry, y'all. But only for the fact that Mahomes might not be there to knock him out. So this might be their best year to actually go deep in the playoffs, maybe AFC Championship game, or maybe even the Super Bowl. Who knows? But that is kind of a hot take. I know they haven't been looking like astonishing, amazing, and all that world beaters, but I mean they're still right in the hunt for the division. I mean the Patriots haven't blown my socks off, and
I just think
it's pretty.
I just
Hot
think
take.
in my mind, I have it the Broncos actually winning the 1 seed, and if the Bills had trouble with Houston, I think they're going to have trouble with Denver. And I don't even think the Patriots are going to be an easy out because they already lost against New England once.
Yeah, they did.
I don't think the Patriots fear the Bills.
Not with Mike Vrabel coaching them, no. I think he kind of got that dog in them. He kind of instilled a tough mentality in the Patriots. You can kind of see it. They're well coached, but
and the Bills are vulnerable against Burrow, Lamar, or Mahomes, whoever makes it. I don't know. They're vulnerable to those guys.
They are. They more the Bengals than the Ravens, I would say.
Maybe more so, yeah. But I could see it happening for Bills losing to any one of those teams, any team really.
Yeah, that could be possible. It could be possible. That's a pretty hot take.
Because they're not getting the 1 seed. I don't think they're getting the 1 seed. It'd be tough. It'd be crazy.
The Bills
for that to happen. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll be insane. Insane if they got the 1 seed.
Oh wait, no. I think the Patriots might have. Oh no. They need one more game, one more Bills loss, and one more Patriots win to clinch. I think. I don't know.
We'll see. Actually, for my hot take, it's kind of pertaining to the AFC as well. Mine is the Broncos aren't a real threat.
Ooh, yeah, no, I that's hot. That's way too hot.
You know who's the top 3 teams in punts this year? I looked it up.
Probably Denver and Philly.
Yeah, they are. Browns is number 1, Denver's number 2, and Philly's number 3.
Who's number 1? You said Browns?
The Browns, yeah. So the Broncos and the Eagles, even though the Eagles aren't on here, but the Broncos and the Eagles are 2 and 3 for the most punts in the league. That means a lot of 3 and outs, man. A lot of 3 and outs, a lot of not scoring touchdowns. That's why the Broncos have been in such close games, because they're playing the ball most of the damn game.
But they get so many sacks. They're so good on defense.
Their defense is good, yeah.
Then Bo Nix comes online in the fourth quarter sometimes for some reason.
You can't. I can't trust them. So you saying the Bills might hit their ceiling in the divisional round? I think the Broncos might do it.
You think Broncos might be one and done? Because they could win the 1 seed and easily lose. Yeah.
Easily be one and done. I expect them to be one and done. Actually, I'm standing right now and say it right now on national YouTube TV. Even though we're not on national YouTube TV, but you know what I mean. The Broncos will be one and done in the divisional round. Book it right here. You heard it first.
No, if they get the 2 seed, you're just saying their ceiling is the divisional. They could win the wild card.
Yeah, they could
Do
win
you
the
think they're
wild
going to be
card.
one and done regardless? Because they
You
could
think
play
about
the
it.
Jacksonville Jaguars the first round of the playoffs.
Nah, I'm gonna give them the wild card. I'll say divisional. I'll say
Okay,
divisional.
so you're saying the Broncos ceiling is divisional, and I'm saying the Bills ceiling is divisional. That's interesting. We should write that down for a later show.
Yeah. See how
I
that
think that's a
goes.
hot take. I think in the AFC with this wide open, who's playing that good? The Broncos are the only ones you could point to. They're playing among the best, regardless of the punts. Everyone's kind of crappy at times. I don't know. All right, I got one last hot take for you. You still got any more?
I got one more.
Okay, all right. Yeah. I got this is my last one then. I think this is a hot take. A lot of people disagree with this. Friday and Saturday games are fun, and the NFL should do them more often.
No.
Yes.
I hate. Wait, what game was on Saturday? Or just
Playoff
general?
games. Playoff games.
Oh,
Are on
okay,
Saturday.
playoff games. Okay, yeah. I thought you meant like I was like, hey, I don't remember no. No, I'm not a fan of the Thursday nights. Except from what I recall, correct me if I'm wrong, but back in the day, the Thursday night games didn't start till like halfway through the year, right? On NFL Network.
Yeah, it might have been later in the year. That was a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, but now as soon as the season starts, we got Thursday night games, and I just feel like most of the Thursday night games are like shitty games. And so, no, I like Sundays just being football because Friday and Saturdays, I'd rather do other things than spend my whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, and
I mean, you're
Sunday
not
watching
forced to
football.
watch football, and you miss games on Sunday no matter what. There's no way you're
Yeah,
going to watch all the games on Sunday, so
it just
everyone
feels
would have more prime
wrong.
time slots.
Sunday is football day. Everybody knows that. Mondays, Monday night football is cool, but it just feels like,
If you're
just
having a
first day.
stay-in Friday, like, oh, man, I don't feel like doing nothing this Friday, and you pop it on, it's like, oh, yeah, game's on. That's cool. Yeah, I have the choice to watch a game.
Yeah, and most likely the choice is gonna be some hot garbage teams that
Okay, but
they don't.
they would have been buried in Sunday anyway. It's just
And
I
where
like
they
'em.
belong, the mid-tier teams buried on Sunday schedule where they belong. I don't want to see them on Friday or Saturday night get a prime time slot per se.
It doesn't even need
And
to be
then
prime. You could do the Friday day game like you did. Well, maybe
the
not a
Black
Friday, a
Friday.
Saturday day game or a Friday night game.
But Saturday, well, I guess college football is over during that
Yeah,
time. And I was gonna say, cause college football is for Saturdays for the people that love college football.
that's true.
No, that's a hot take because I'm not a fan of. It feels weird. I just like Sundays and sometimes Mondays is all right, but not a fan of the middle of the week games or
I don't know. I
none.
really enjoyed having that Philly Chicago game on Friday, and I like having playoff football on Saturdays. I think it's very fun, a lot of fun.
Playoff football is fun on the weekend, I guess. On Saturday is cool because then I can stay up and like if the game goes on late. I don't have to be stressing about work in the morning the next day. But
And they
don't get
schedule
the
them in a clever way so you can watch them all.
yeah, I would say don't get the NFL any idea because damn well they're trying to add an 18th game and they're trying to basically take over the whole damn week. At this point, we got Christmas games
Yes.
now. I'm surprised we don't got Hanukkah games every day of the week.
Yes.
But yeah,
More
man, not a
games.
more games, more money. You gotta get Netflix, Prime, Paramount, Peacock. Yeah, no. Mm. Keep it a Sunday, Monday only, please. For the most part, if you can. Playoffs, wild card is cool. Saturday is fine, but no Friday games.
You don't
No
even like the
Friday
You
games.
want to eliminate the Thursday?
I could say this: if they said no more Thursday night football, I wouldn't be sad about it.
I think I
I'd like
would.
think.
It's a one less primetime game. Gives me a chance to see certain teams.
Some
maybe
of
I
the
wouldn't
worst
normally-
football
ordinarily.
games I've seen in my life was on Thursday night football.
It is a real short week. Maybe they should just move those to Friday. I don't know.
Sunday. But yeah, that's a hot take. That's a hot take. I don't like that one. That's a hot take for me. I don't agree.
Okay. All right. What's your
You ready
last
for my-
one then?
This one might piss you off too. All right. Dak Prescott should win MVP if he could lead his team to the playoffs. He's not that far off from Stafford. He's actually doing better than Drake May in terms of touchdown passes. He's right behind Stafford. If he can will that team to the playoffs,
Even if he
given the
doesn't win
def-
his division?
For all we know, Philly could fall apart right now. But yeah, even if they get a wild card spot,
If he sneaks into the playoffs at like, let's say
And
it
he has-
mathematically works out and they're like 10-7, and somehow that's good enough, you say he should win an MVP on a 10-7 team because he got his shit together late in the season, was able to win some games. Usually the MVP goes to like a top tier sort of team with
usually, yeah, usually. But I mean, he's putting up some really good numbers. And like I say, he's right behind Stafford in passing touchdowns. He's ahead of Drake May.
But the gap, what is the gap? Like 32 to 25? I mean,
I think he has 27.
does he? Oh,
27.
maybe I saw an old list then.
I think he has 27. Double check that. Let me double check.
Because that is pretty close. If he has 27, it is heating up a little bit.
I wouldn't be speaking out my ass now. I was like, yeah, that's pretty close, man. I was like, Dak Prescott could probably be MVP. Let's take a look.
Man, why is it so stupid to look up his stats? All right, here we go. 25.
I thought he had 27.
25 and 8 interceptions. That's double the interceptions and still 7 away from Stafford in touchdowns. He does lead Stafford by yards by about 200, though.
Yeah, he does have like 3,200 Stafford. 3,200 at 3,000.
Is the MVP really going to split hairs over a 200-yard gap? Probably not.
Probably not, but if he could keep playing the way he's playing and get the team to the playoffs,
it'll be impressive. It'll be damn impressive. We'll see what happens down the stretch. Dak could collapse. Stafford could collapse. We don't know.
I think we know.
It's so tight. It's so tight, man. But I would say Stafford has a one more shitty game cushion before Dak catches him. So I would say it really hinges on Stafford. If Dak makes it to the playoffs, it's Stafford's to lose. I'd say this is a hot take. It's Stafford's to lose. Right now, he's control of his own destiny.
Let's just say for the next remaining season, he's throwing at 3+ touchdowns every game, the remaining games of this year. And he finishes it. How many games are left?
About 5.
5 games?
Yeah.
So let's just say the next 5 games he throws 18 touchdowns. Puts him over 40+. He doesn't throw any more interceptions, stays at 8. Throws for, let's just say, for the argument, 4,700 yards passing. Surpasses Stafford in passing touch. Let's just say Stafford just takes a little bit of a dive, stops throwing that many touchdowns. Dak takes the lead in touchdown passes, and he wills that team into the playoffs.
But you're saying Stafford takes a dive. Like I said, it would require Stafford to take a dive. Dak cannot steal it unless Stafford takes a dive. If Stafford maintains his pace of like 2 to 3 touchdowns and no interceptions, or only throws a couple more left on the season, like maybe ends the season with about 6 and continues that pace, I still think it just goes to Stafford. Unless they drop to the 7th seed. Although, even if they would drop to the 7th seed with a 12-5 record, he could still technically win MVP just because the record's so good. It's weird. It's weird to be the 7th seed with 12 wins. I don't know. But yeah, I would say this is a hot take just because it's Stafford's to lose. Like, Dak can't do anything to earn it unless Stafford dips in his pace.
All right. I had a couple hot takes today. Glad I had some.
Yeah, you definitely, for sure. But that about wraps up our topics today. Actually, we ended up making this a much longer show than I thought. There was a couple topics we had some shit to say.
Yeah, we definitely did. I know it was not a shorter week of football because it's just with the Thanksgiving games, like all the big games were pretty much played already.
Yeah.
So we just kind of focused on the teams we cheer for, obviously, and then just the only other big game was pretty much the Bills and Steelers, where we thought we were going to see like contending teams, but it was more like a shit show.
Yeah.
And
but it had an interesting topic still come out of it for sure.
Yeah, it did.
You know, but yeah, that's about all we have for you. Looking forward to next week. Hopefully the Rams can get back on track against, what is it? We have Arizona. And I hope the Colts
can finally win the damn game since we started the
just
show.
Win a
damn
game,
it.
yeah. Oh,
Sheesh.
man. Yeah,
Just
yeah.
one game, please, guys.
Yeah,
I want to pop my cigar and wear my shades and, you know what I mean? Come in big shit, hot shit, but I can't do that if we're not winning, man. So please, Colts, just one game, please. Just one game. Just one game. I
like
mean, it's only the playoffs on the line for us.
I hope you forgive me for the bag. All I had was an Aldi bag.
Damn, not even,
Like a
not even
normal
Target
bag. Yeah, like not even a normal bag. Who has paper bags? Like I didn't have any paper bags in a pinch. Like how often do you see those anymore? So Aldi's about my only option.
Terrible
So,
food, by the way.
At Aldi?
I used to go there, and every time went, not every time, but I had a couple experiences where my food just went bad, like in 3 days. So
Oh,
I was
really?
like, you know what? No more Aldi's for me. I'm just gonna stick to Walmart and Safeway or
See, my
Albertsons.
wife, they go to every they hit Costco, they'll hit Target, they'll hit Aldi, and like try and get all the good. That's what they do.
Good
you know?
deals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't got time for all that
Yeah.
driving around, man.
When I was a single
Just
dude, I did not do that shit. I hit the grocery store around the corner, that's closest to me. Just bought what I needed.
Exactly.
Yeah. But we're
Exactly.
guys.
In
We
and
don't
out.
think that way. You know.
Yeah, girls want to look around, clearance, every aisle. It's like they damn work there, looking at inventory left and right. I tell when I'm in a relationship, I tell the girl, I know what I'm going for, and I'm going to get it, and I'm going out. That's how you waste money. You go around looking around for where you can buy instead of looking for what you need to buy.
Yeah. I mean, my wife, she keeps a list, but yeah,
It expands as she goes there.
I'll be honest, it probably does at times.
It's fluid.
A little
Yeah.
bit. There's probably some fluidity to the list, I would imagine, but that's okay. That's okay. Because if she just got what we needed, I wouldn't get any good snacks or anything, probably too. So
Snacks, yeah. That's a good makeup gift.
yeah,
Spending extra money.
she needs to get another apple pie. I cleaned that bitch out, man.
Apple pie. I just
Yeah.
finished my pumpkin pie before we started the show. Like, give me a little boost of energy. You know, I needed some sugar in my tank.
Yeah,
Pause.
man.
But yeah, no more
That-
pies though. That I'm trying. That's a lot of carbs and
Oh, I
calories.
don't
need
care.
to
I could
watch
use
that.
I could use a couple pounds, man. Give me another apple pie. That was fire. Anyway, we're rambling on, guys. We're gonna go ahead and end the show and see you for week. What was it? 14.
Stir.
Yeah. See you next time.